Alright guys, now we're gonna absolutely utilize these new lights as we work on this hood. That's where we're up to next. I just let it run for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes out in the driveway while I kind of cleaned up a little bit in here. Ran great, didn't overheat, no new lights, no nothing, so that's really good. Yeah, so I guess really we're up to, I'm gonna mask the front here. We'll mask the fenders off, and then we're gonna get sanding some of this clear. I did, when it was out there, I did wash it all, so it is freshly washed, the hood anyway. I took advantage of, as you can see the roof, it was raining out there, so I took advantage of the water from the rain, then I dried it. Now we're going to mask, and then we'll use water and we'll wet sand. We're going to start with 800. From the research I did, that's where we should start. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with 800. We're going to get all these fine edges here. And then once we get all these smooth and you can't feel the ridge of the clear coat anymore, then we're going to hit the whole thing with 1500 to get a nice even layer. So hopefully we don't end up going through the color. If so, we're going to need to repaint the color. I'm hoping that's not the case, but if it is what it is. I'll order that and it'll be, I don't know, a week or two maybe before I get it. But hopefully not, because I do have the clear already. So if that's the case, we'll be doing that in the morning tomorrow. Yeah, so let's get this sanded. Alright guys, we didn't get too much done. Basically this section is what we got done last night. Front is going to take a little while, but as you can see, we did burn through the paint in some spots, but that's okay. I already ordered paint, and we will be repainting this hood. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in learning how to paint. So like I said, I've painted a couple things and I never really had much luck with it, but it's time to figure out the tips and tricks so that we can repair this stuff on our own, and we don't have to rely on paying somebody else to do it. So I'm going to take my time with this hood. It is an important part of the car because it is the part that everybody looks at in the front. So we need to take our time, make sure we do a good job, and let's get back to sanding. Alright guys, it is a new day and we're going to do a little bit more sanding. I don't have too much time, but I'm hoping to at least make it halfway. Get some of these spots up here, at least. So let's see how much we can get done in a little bit amount of time that I have. Also, I just want to explain kind of what I'm doing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm flaking off all the loose stuff so that I don't waste my time sanding through it. And then from there I'm kind of hitting the whole area. And then basically once you get it pretty smooth, you just feel for that edge on the clear coat to the paint. And what you want is a smooth transition. You just don't want that hard edge there. So once you get that smooth transition, like here, you don't get that hard edge. Super smooth. That's exactly what we want right there. So that's basically all we're doing. We're doing that with 800, and then from there we'll hit it with, like I said, we'll do the whole thing with 1500, and then depending on how that comes out, we'll see if we need to do anything else. So let's get the sand. Done is we went all the way around, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up, wipe it down, and then we're going to start going over the whole thing with our 1500 grit. Like I said, I want to get a lot of this stuff cleaned up because we've made quite a mess. So this 1500 grit should go a little bit faster, I think, but we do have to do the whole thing in 1500 grit. So I don't think we have to go quite as deep. We just want to make sure we have a completely smooth surface all the way across. So let's get this cleaned and then we'll jump to the 1500. So we did clean up all of these real nasty clear coat marks. I don't feel any hard edges, which is what we were going for. Trying to get rid of all of the hard edges. That way when you lay your paint, you don't get that hard edge with your final paint as well. So what we're gonna do is, you can see where, where we kind of hit some with the 800. Like I said, we're going to try to we're going to go in an X pattern all the way across the hood and knock those pits or scratch marks, scratch lines down to get it an even smoother surface. So when we do decide to paint, we have a nice smooth surface to paint onto, hopefully giving us a better finish. So let's get to sanding. Wet sanding, that is. Alright guys, so I quickly wiped it down after a little bit of sanding to kind of show you what I'm looking for. So we have a nice smooth finish across this whole thing. I need to do a little bit more on on everything, but really what you're looking for is some of this shinier area that you see here. That means you haven't sanded enough. So if you look in here, there's some shiny here and some here. So we need to do the whole thing more, but I wanted to show you guys what it is I'm looking for. I didn't do either of these wings, as you could see, because the hood does have a character line right here. So, and I was using the pad to kind of I was trying to get more of an even sand on it, and it seemed to have worked pretty well, to be honest. But I may run up these, but I'm going to definitely do these character lines by hand, and then I'm going to do all the way around the edge by hand as well, because I don't want to get too close to the edge. Not hard. You don't have to put any pressure in it at all, but you're just trying to, like I said, get rid of all this shininess. You want the whole thing to be dull, which means you've scuffed enough of everything to get good adhesion when you do paint it, because you're not trying to paint onto a essentially smooth surface. You've roughed it up a little bit. So yep, let's get back to sanding. I'm gonna hit everything, starting with these wings, and we'll do the same thing, although I may wash it up next time, do a little bit more of a scrub instead of just wiping it with paper towels. Yeah, so let's Alright guys, I didn't film absolutely everything, all the sanding that I did. After I was done, or what you guys saw, I just went back through and did everything by hand one more time. And I think I got just about everywhere. It looks pretty darn good from what I can see. Super smooth. I think that'll do it. So I also washed it off. So that's going to do it for the painting portion of this video, or the sanding portion of this video. So like I said, I ordered some color matched paint in an aerosol can. So I'm just curious to see how it turns out. I did just find a local place that would mix it for me, so if that doesn't work out too well, we can always try that after. But I'm interested because I did a car in the past with this color matched paint, and it was black and it matched pretty darn good, so let's see how the red matches. I'm hoping it's gonna match pretty well because it'll look pretty silly if it doesn't, but there's only one way to find out, and that's to give it a try. Hopefully that clear coat that I've got can make up for any difference there is, which is this guy right here. Spray Max 2K Clear Glamour. So hopefully this will help. Right, so now we wait. I don't know. I don't have an ETA on the paint yet, but what we're going to do is we will probably pull this outside, wash it, get all this stuff cleaned up, all the mess, and then when we pull it back in, we will mask it so that we are pretty much ready to go when the paint gets here. The only thing that we'll have to do when it gets here is do our wax and grease remover, and then that should be it. But yeah, so we will catch back with you guys when we probably wash it and mask it. Wash it and then probably the next day mask it so that it's dry and doesn't ruin our masking job. Yeah, so we'll catch you guys then.